Good morning. What's up, guys? Classy Metal here. I'm going to talk about a little stack of stuff that I recently got in from eBay. This is from an eBay seller that goes under the name jaggerjones. I've shown several things that I've purchased from him in the past, and this is going to be more of the same. He actually has I think, some auctions ending today, so I will link up his eBay in the description, and I know he just listed some new stuff yesterday as well. He always combines the shipping for me, and I find some stuff on there, some pretty obscure stuff oftentimes, and it's at a price that you're just not going to beat. So like I said, he's going to be linked up in the description. Go check out his auctions. You'll probably see some stuff on there you like. You may even be going against me in some of the auctions there. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on these. It's pretty much just going to be a show and tell in this video. I will list up in the description every album that I show in order. That way, if you see something that you want to check out, you can put in the work and go check it out for yourself. Also, speaking of eBay, I have a few auctions going myself. I will link up my eBay in the description. There's not just a whole lot going right now. I think I have some like football cards and a few CDs going, but nothing just too crazy at the moment. I may be adding some stuff throughout the week as the week goes. I'm trying to scrape together money to print up t-shirts to sell for this channel. That being said, I'm just going to jump right into this. Like I said, Jagger Jones, he's a pretty stellar eBay seller. I've never had any issues out of him. He always combines the shipping for me. He doesn't try to get over on the shipping charges and that type of stuff like some of the folks do on eBay. Going to jump right into this. The first one is some just raw, brutal black metal out of Iceland. This is Abominor with their 2-track EP, Opus Decay. This was released, I think, in 2015 on Invictus Productions. They're pretty well known for releasing just raw, nasty black metal. That's what this is. It's just blistering, raw, cold. 2 tracks of blistering, raw, cold, filthy black metal. Good stuff right there. As I said, it's Abominor is the name of the band on that, and Opus Decay is the name of the EP. Just 2 little tracks, but it is some pretty solid stuff there. Next up, we have some more black metal. This is out of Italy. This is a Totalitarian with Arte, Tragedies, Arte, Tragoediae, Divinae. Yeah, I butchered that, and I'm sorry. This is black metal, kind of teeters. I guess black and death metal is a better way to put this. So they're only full length. It came out, I think, in 2017. But this is some pretty stellar stuff. It is just over the top. And I hope they put out some more full-length material. I believe they have a demo or an EP or something of the sort. Something very short that they put out as well. But this full-length is pretty stellar. If you haven't checked that one out and you're into black and death metal, that hinges, I think, more on the blackened side of things, I would definitely take the time to check that one out because you will not be disappointed. Next up, we have some kind of crusty death metal out of Sweden. This is Kane with Den Forstorda, manniskans, riker. Yeah. As I said, all of these albums are going to be listed in the description because I'm butchering them all, and that way, with the correct spelling, and you can try to pronounce them yourself and check it out. They have an album that just came out this year that I need to get my hands on as well. Speaking of Kane, pretty good. As I said, it's kind of crusty Swedish death metal. This was actually released on Transcending Obscurity Records. It's kind of weird to see how the packaging for Transcending Obscurity has kind of changed over the years. I think this one was released in 2015 or 2016, maybe 2017. I'm not sure. It hasn't been out too terribly long, but it has been out for a few years, and the packaging for Transcending Obscurity releases at this point, it seems so over the top. It's kind of weird to see one just on a regular kind of digipack, but this is pretty good stuff. As I said, it's just a crusty Swedish death metal. I do enjoy that one quite a bit, and I need to get my hands on their newest release. Next up one is kind of a novelty vibe. This is Ultramantis Black with his self-titled. Ultramantis Black is a professional wrestler, and he's also a musician. I don't think he wrestles anymore, actually. He was fairly big on the independent scene, and he did this this self-titled release through Relapse Records, and it kind of has like almost at times like this old school, almost even grungy feel going on to this. It's not bad. It's not something that I'm going to find myself pulling off the shelf and listening to all the time. I did enjoy it for what it's worth. As a little novelty release, it is pretty good. Kind of sometimes has a almost like a doom metal, even maybe possibly sludge metal vibe going on at times, and then it kind of hinges into almost like this old Nirvana grunge, which I do not like Nirvana at all, but this old kind of grungy sound going on, but it was pretty good. Next up, we have a split between Heinous and Fluids. The Heinous side of the split is entitled Snuffed, and Fluids is Torture Euphoric. This was released on Horror, Pain, Gore, Death. Not sure what this... it was a re-release in 2020. I'm not sure when the actual split was released. I think it was almost like an independent or low level label that did the original split. I'm pretty sure it was probably on tape or even digital first off, but I know Fluids has been getting a lot of attention here lately. Pretty good brutal death metal. The Heinous side on this is pretty good too. It's just some just nasty, filthy death grind going on. So pretty good stuff there. I got this super cheap. I was stoked at how cheap I got that little split release. So good stuff there. Speaking of some brutal death metal, this is another band that has an album coming out, I think at the end of this month. I think maybe a week or two from now. This is Scordatura with Self-Created Abyss. They have, I think their album coming out this month is entitled Mass Failure. And I've been needing to get my hands on Self-Created Abyss forever, and I'm glad to finally have this one in my possession. I'm gonna probably go ahead and order the Mass Failure here pretty soon. Kind of worried. I ordered an album from Gorehouse last month, and it was shipped on July the 20th, and it hit a town like an hour from me, an hour and a half. Memphis is about an hour and a half from me. The package was in Memphis on July 25th, and it is still not here. And the tracking just updates. It's bouncing. The package itself is taking a better vacation than I've taken in quite some time. Seeing some places in the country I've never would have seen myself. So it's kind of frustrating to know that the album is getting that close. Something that I've paid for, something that I'm waiting on, and it's not making it. I don't know if it's just problems with the funding in the post office right now. I don't know what's going on, but it is very, very frustrating. That little rant aside, Scordatura, Self-Created Abyss, pretty good stuff here. Definitely glad to finally have that one in my possession. I've been wanting to pick that up for quite some time. He actually threw me in a free CD. I have not listened to this one yet, but it is some grindcore. This is Pain Tank with 97,901,726 confirmed kills. That's a bit of a mouthful as far as the album title. The CD case on this one was cracked, but I'm not complaining because it was a free, just kind of a freebie to throw in there. I've heard some good things. I've read a couple things on this, but I haven't had a chance to actually listen to it. Everything that I've read about it was pretty positive, that it is probably some pretty good material on this. I do get in a mood for some straight up hardcore, grindcore sometimes, so definitely I think that one will relieve that itch when I need to scratch it. Next up, we have some noise, something that I really just don't pick up just too terribly often. There has to be noise that I find appealing to me for me to do so. This is one of the few times that you will see me actually pick up a noise album. This is more Sonnet with Comforts in Atrocity. This was released on Crucial Blast, and I think possibly it's some of the people behind Crucial Blast that actually put this kind of noise release together. It is noise. I mean, it's kind of noise. You get what you get. You get what it is what it says it is. It's noise, but this one's pretty good. Like the way that it's constructed and put together is pretty good. Some pretty solid stuff. That's another one that probably won't get a ton of playtime, but when I am feeling the need to listen to something like that, when I've kind of had that little want, that's something that I can pull off the shelf, and it will definitely satisfy that need. Next up, we have some more death metal. This is Dead Soul Alliance with Slaves to the Alliance. This is a band that out of Canada that only apparently releases EPs. This is their third EP, and that's all the releases that I've found that they've released. This one's pretty good. This is probably my favorite of their three releases so far. I think this one has been out for a little bit. I think it came out 2017. I'm thinking maybe. But it is pretty stellar stuff. It's just a good Canadian death metal. Has a few little hinges of black and death here and there, but it's pretty much for the most part straightforward death metal. It is pretty good stuff. And then last but not least, we have Disrupted with Morbid Death. This is Swedish death metal that came out in 2015. This is some death metal that kind of highlights themes of horror and death, and it's just what you would expect out of some good Swedish death metal. It is that kind of horror themed death metal, and it is good stuff. So that's all I've got for this little stack. I actually got a really good deal on all that stuff. I wanted to show it off, and I knew a lot of that stuff would not hit the 7 deadly spins, because I tend to focus on a lot more newer stuff in that series. So wanted to show this stuff. I wanted to give jaggerjones a little shout out, because I know that a lot of you would probably find some stuff in his auctions that you would appreciate as well. So like I said, he's got some ending today, and he just listed some new stuff for sale as well. So he's linked up in the description. Go check his stuff out. All of these albums are listed in the description, and my auctions as well are listed in the descriptions. Definitely get in there and pick up some stuff. If you are a follower of this channel and you win some of my auctions, please just shoot me a message after you pay and let me know that you follow this channel and that type stuff, and I will try to throw you some little freebies or something in there as well for helping me out. That's all I've got for today. Stay classy, stay metal. I will see you all very soon, I promise.